everybody, this is Jordan Machado, aspiring biologist and hopefully a future herpetologist. And in my hand, I have one of the most expensive hognose morphs out there right now, in addition to a normal and a snow. So you guys got to see the unboxing video where we introduced our beautiful boy, Mael, who is a leucistic hognose. So we're actually going to talk a little bit about what leucism does to a hognose snake and just other snakes in general. So most leucistic snakes will be all white, and what that essentially comes from is a lack of pigmentation. So different from albino animals, leucistic animals still have, well, technically melanin, but all of the pigmentation in their body never actually developed. So technically speaking, they do still have hognose markings. And one of these days, I'm gonna maybe see if I could see it with like a UV light or something. But all of the colors that essentially create those markings never got pigmentation. So it's technically there, but it doesn't really show. So a little bit, just to understand when that happens. During the baby development, essentially pigmentation would start from the inside and then work its way out to the final layer of the scale. And with the leucistics, it never reaches that final layer. So you have a leucistic, and technically speaking, he is a normal that never had his pigment actually distribute. Of course, there are other leucistic combos, such as albino leucistics, toffee belly leucistics, but for now, the only difference that makes is actually their eye color. So to be fair though, there are also super Arctic leucistics, and those do have a pretty interesting difference. They have these interesting translucent scales. And the reason that's interesting is because normally when you get a white snake from it being albino, you have the red eyes, and oftentimes they'll kind of get this translucent belly where you can see, essentially you can see inside their body. And a lot of people freak out when they get an albino snake because they can see dots and things moving inside, and usually you're just seeing organs there, which is absolutely phenomenal, which is what honestly threw me off when I went to look at Mael's belly, or leucistic. We noticed that his belly is not translucent. He actually has a white belly. It has this soft yellow color tint to it, but it's not translucent. You can't see through it. And the reason that we actually grabbed two other females here, we've got Adora, who you guys actually might have seen in our Snowmorph video. We do need to do an updated version, but for now, if you do want to check out that video that talks a little bit more about the Snowmorph, you can check that out right up here for you. And we also have a normal het leucistic. Now, she's a very yellow looking normal, which honestly I think looks amazing. When you start looking at different line bred traits, it can be absolutely phenomenal. And they are severely underrated because they're gorgeous. But anywho, I actually got her because she is also Mael's girlfriend. I told you guys about it, and we actually got a confirmed lock. So we've got our fingers crossed that we might be producing some leucistic babies this season. And it's just so stinking awesome. And I'm really, really excited. So the reason that I actually brought Adora out is to show you that even though they're both white snakes, he has no pattern. You cannot see any pattern on him, whereas Adora, you can actually see the pattern, even though her patterns are a soft peach color. She is a pink line albino, so came from very red albinos, which made the color that came through just kind of have that nice soft pink color. And then we've got Aloha, and when you look at her, she is a normal, so she's got those tans, browns, orangey colors with a bit of yellow tint and a lot of black in the belly and the other areas. And you can really see that it's crazy, the absence of color. It's not even it being modified, it's the color never made it. On that note, pied snakes just for funsies, are technically just selected areas of leucism. So leucism is when it affects everything, whereas piebald is when you get certain spots that never had their color come through. Now, what I think is really adorable about leucistics that I never saw online is that they actually have the cutest little pink cheeks, and it's just heart-melting. And normally, Mael is a bit of a drama king. He likes to puff up and flatten out like a pancake, and he's actually pretty good at it. But right now, considering he's trying to impress these girls, he is actually being very, very nice and very relaxed. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. I am honestly so happy that I got to show you guys what a leucistic looks like. Hopefully, in a few years, maybe it might be a while, but hopefully in a few years, as more people are able to produce them, because it is just a simple recessive trait, it's pretty much as easy to produce as an albino. The reason that it's so expensive is because very, very few people actually have it, and people really like white snakes. So the demand for a leucistic will very likely always be higher than an albino, even if they are just as easy to create. And honestly, it's a beautiful snake. He's got these beautiful, just marble blue colored eyes, and there are no words that actually explain how gorgeous a leucistic is. Don't have a head stamp, don't have patterns that you can see. But who knows, maybe in the future we'll actually be able to make some potential cool leucimorphs. But in the meantime, leucistic combos are pretty much just getting color contacts. Well, let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below. I love getting back to you guys. Feel free to follow us on Facebook and check us out on Morph Market. We are Urban Dinos for our storefront, so let us know what you think. And I look forward to talking to you guys next time. Thank you so much. Super appreciate you, and stay snakeful.